Okay, hi again. Now we move over to what are generally considered to be, cleverly enough, the three questions of economics. When you think about a society, you know, they've got so many resources. We've got so much iron and so much nickel and so much silicon and so many people and so much wood and concrete and oil and so on and so forth. What do you do with them? And there's no right way to answer. There are just different ways to answer them, but they generally come into like two different sort of sets of choices. So for each of these three questions, it's going to give you kind of the extreme. You could do this, you could do this. What's good about it? What's bad about it? Okay. If you want to organize it a different way, that's up to you, but that's how I'm going to do it. And then the reality where we'll close is almost always somewhere in between. Okay. So here, when you talk about resources, I'm just going to use an example of a person. Let's say you got a person who's really, 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 really good at something, math, science, whatever it is. Okay. But they really, really hate it because they're tired of it. They get bored, but they just can't help it. They're good at it, but they're really they really love something that they're not good at. So, picture a real small, tiny, smart girl who's really good at physics and calculus and stuff, but she secretly wants to be a sumo wrestler. Okay? The question is, should she be a sumo wrestler or should she go into physics? And the way to answer this question is you look at, first of all, should we use the resources for the good of the individual? Let the person decide. So they decide sumo wrestling. Okay? What's good about that? They're going to be happy. You're generally happy when you get to do what you want, correct? Easy question there. Because you have free will, you have choice. We all love that idea. And we all have the choice to make in this society. Choices that may not be great. You've all done that, myself included, things that you look back and like, oh God, that was stupid. Stupid way to spend money, stupid way to spend time, stupid, I can't believe I dated that guy, I can't believe we're friends with these people, whatever. But at least you got the choice, and that's a big deal there, okay? The negative to that is that society may lose out. If this girl is sumo wrestling and failing, most likely, getting bones broken and such, she's never going to cure cancer. She's never going to become wealthy and make her parents wealthy and become famous and get a Nobel Prize and so on and so on and so forth. So everybody's happy, or the person is happy, but society is going to lose out on that person's talents. Okay, and in a more real example, think maybe something like you've got a person that's really, really good at computers and they could write code to help people solve problems and do wonderful things with apps and so on and so forth to make people's lives better, and he decides to become a hacker and try to bring people down and get wealthy and by stealing from others and so on. It's probably a better example there, or more realistic example. Your second choice, good of society, where this person will not be allowed or will be highly discouraged from going into sumo wrestling. So this is more like what you'd see in North Korea or maybe China to some degree, where you got some person that's got a talent. They are not going to be allowed to do whatever they want. They're going to be doing something that North Korea, you're going to be building weapons. You're going to be solving these problems for us. And society, is going to gain from that. Whether it's that, we would talk about things like Olympic athletes. Is it better to force a kid who's built for it and talented into a certain sport or certain activity, even if they don't like it, because that's helps society? And then the downside, of course, is you lose that free will, or you have less free will, and then therefore you're less happy if you don't get to make your choices. You're generally less happy. But again, society gains. So what's the best way to do it? It just depends on the person. We tend to, I don't know, is it here though? I mean, really, do you just say to this person, hey, go ahead and do sumo wrestling, you're going to fail, and you're not going to solve time travel and cancer and acne and dogs and cats fighting and all that, but go ahead and have it? No. We say, well, you should choose, but think about this. If you choose this, we'll pay for your college. We will give you a car. We will give you a job. We will give you a lot of money. You'll become famous. You'll get awards. Or guilt. Think of all the people that will die from cancer because you didn't do this. Well, you were selfishly sumo wrestling. So, we're here, but we incentivize. That's the word I think I would use. Incentivize with money, incentivize with fame, incentivize with scholarships, incentivize with guilt. And some of you probably know firsthand how guilt can work, either on the giving or receiving side of that. So it's a powerful motivator for sure. Okay, so that's question 1. Next video will be 2, and then 3, of course. And there you go. All right, see ya.